You're tuned in to KEXP, listener-powered radio at 90.3 FM in Seattle. You can find us streaming at KEXP.org. I'm Cheryl Waters, down here in the studio with the Mynabirds. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
It is so wonderful always to see you. A beautiful new record called Be Here Now. I want to hear all about it, but why don't you play a few songs first?
Okay, here we go.
Together, everybody right here now. There isn't any place in the world I'd rather be right now. Everybody stand together. Everybody stand your ground. 'Cause I can finally breathe on my shoulder to shoulder. Stand up now. Take a
The Mynabirds live on KEXP, the title track from the new record Be Here Now, out on Saddle Creek. Very excited to have Laura and her band live in studio, doing a little bit of an instrument change. And up next with a song called Cocoon. We're live in the KEXP studios with the Mynabirds, playing songs from their beautiful and powerful new album, Be Here Now. Tonight they're going to be playing at Mississippi Studios down in Portland, back up in Seattle, performing at Barboza on Saturday. We appreciate you making this special visit to KEXP today.
Thank you so much for having us. We are always happy to be here, and especially in your beautiful new studio here. This is a song called Golden Age.
Show me a good trick, show me some magic. Can you pull the whole world from my ear? I hate how the best things keep disappearing, like Leonard and Bowie and the ice caps here. And we're left with this ignorant bliss. When we find a good thing, we can't hold on to it. The golden age, it sure was great. The sun was so pretty, we couldn't look away. Now I can't see my brothers, my sister or mother, through the rose-colored glasses of my own news feed. And the sermon I'm given in this new algorithm, it's falling on deaf ears, 'cause the choir already believes. Tell me, where are our heroes? Are they stuck at the wall? 'Cause we got some real villains to stop before they kill us all. The golden age, it's ours to save. I hear the bells ringing. Are you awake? Can you show me your best trick, your slick brand of magic? Your pen's not a wand to make us disappear. I see what you're doing with the Jews and the Muslims. You're sawing us all in half with your fake fear. My heart's full of love and all kinds of peace, but I think even I could punch a Nazi in the face. The golden age, it goes away when we just stand here with our hands up, begging, don't shoot, please. I'm sure Mars is nice, and I do love the moon, but this is my home, and I'm not leaving anytime soon. So call if you need me, and I promise I'm there with a thermos of coffee and cups to share. I'll be out on my island until the dawn breaks, hanging out with the night watch. My lamp raised.
The Mynabirds live on KEXP. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Laura, will you introduce your band? You sound so wonderful playing and singing together. Love those voices on Be Here Now.
Thank you so much. I'm lucky to be here with Reese Richardson on guitar, Sean Stentz on bass, and Arlen Pfeiffer on drums.
Laura, the last album, Lovers Now, you spent a good part of the year, or Lovers Know, a good part of a year writing, traveling, creating that album, recording it in a multitude of locations, if I remember correctly, New Zealand, Nashville, Joshua Tree, LA. And I've heard that this record, Be Here Now, came together pretty quickly. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
It did, actually. right after the Women's March, exactly a year ago, I flew to Nashville and worked with my friend Patrick Dampier, who produced the record. And we wrote and recorded all of these songs in 2 weeks. So it's very special to be here on the almost 1 year anniversary to be singing these songs. And at the time, I thought, we need to get these out now because it was after the election. And I just kind of opened Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and what I did was I read the headlines, but more than that, I was reading people's reactions, their emotional reactions to the headlines. And so I call it a work of emotional journalism. And at the time, I just felt like we need to capture all of these emotions and how everybody's feeling, because everything's going to change so fast. You know, who knows? Hopefully this record will be irrelevant in a year. That was my thought. So we pushed it to get it out really fast. We got it out in August, and so we haven't really done any touring or playing for it. This is really the first big thing we've done. And it's still it's kind of more relevant now than it was when I wrote it, I guess.
You've always been politically active, and you definitely walk your talk. You inspire me. You speak about activism through your music and also in your daily life. And I'm curious, why is it important for you to speak out? And more importantly, or alongside of that, what do you say to people that are wanting to turn away from the news right now? It's overwhelming. I know I even feel guilty of wanting to turn ahead to everything that's going on right now. And you say no. We need to speak out. We need to stay current with this.
We do. I think we need to be aware of what's happening, but it's also okay to listen to the news or look at the headlines briefly and say, okay, that's happening. Okay. I'm not going to get triggered. I'm just going to take a note that's happening. And what I want to do is focus on the community that I care about, vulnerable populations that need support. And if my voice can do anything to help those communities, I want to. My LGBTQ friends, we've got, everything that's happening with DACA right now, it's appalling. My refugee friends, I did a song on this record called Hold On, in which I worked with a refugee choir. Well, it's a choir of new Americans that came to America as refugees. And they're incredible partners in their community. These are people who have come to America and thrive and then welcome new refugees in and are creating this really strong community. So I guess my answer to your question is sometimes it's okay. We're like a choir, right? We're trying to hold out this long note of resistance, and sometimes you need to take a breath, and that's totally fine. I think it's really valid and important. And then to focus on the people that you need to focus on.
How does it feel to be performing these songs now? That last song you played, Golden Age, that's a pretty intense song. You've got some sadly very relevant lyrics in there that you were a little prescient. They became very literally relevant. You obviously wrote the song.
Yeah.
Before Charlottesville.
Yeah, and actually I pushed really hard. I had written the song before Charlottesville, and I was just thinking of Richard Spencer. And Nico, my friend who played drums on the record, and she was in Nashville with me, and we wrote the song Be Here Now together. And I said I wanted it to be a party song because I taught this protest songwriting class in Colorado in the fall of 2016, right after the election. And I was with a friend from South Africa there, and I asked her, I said, you guys, you must have an intense history of protest music coming out of South Africa. And she said, actually, not really. It was kind of outlawed. But what did become very popular during apartheid was kwele music, was party music. And it's this idea that sometimes the greatest protest you can make is to not let someone else steal your joy. So the song Be Here Now was written about the greatest party we had been to in a long time, which was the Women's March. And so it's exciting to sing it before this Women's March. And Golden Age, man, I didn't expect it to be as prescient as it was. And again, like I said, I was thinking of Richard Spencer. I wasn't thinking of Charlottesville, but we pushed to get that video, the Golden Age video, out right after that weekend happened because I just thought, I can't believe this is happening in America. And every day I read the news and think, I can't believe. But this is not my America. This is not our America. And so we're just going to keep fighting together, and we're gonna make it better.
To get this record out there, you actually did something creative. The album came out on Saddle Creek in August in its entirety, but you released a song in triplets. Tell me a little bit about that and how you're kind of trying to embrace, the new way of consuming and getting music out to your fans.
I think if you ask any musician right now about what's going on in the music industry, nobody really knows. And so it's a matter of just trial and error. Let's try new things. And so when this record came out and I wanted to get it out very quickly, we knew that it was going to take a long time to manufacture the vinyl. So we couldn't just put the whole record out in 2 months, but we could start to release the songs digitally. And so we did that. We put out 3 EPs, and then the record was available August 25th in its entirety.
Well, we're so happy that you're here today, and you'll actually be playing in Seattle the day of the Women's March. That starts at 10 a.m. at Cal Anderson Park here in Seattle. Not sure if you'll be up from Portland yet. You will, okay.
I will. I'll be up here marching with everybody.
Great. Well, I hope to see you. Will you be wearing that bright yellow outfit so we can find you?
Yes. Hopefully it's not raining, but if it is, that's okay.
We'll look for Laura Burhan. And I don't know if you know, but actually we have a big day of women's action on Sunday. I'll be talking about that a little bit more on the air after this session, but it's a 3-part citywide day of action, voter registration, giving honor to celebrate the anniversary of the Women's March, and it's happening in neighborhood hubs all over Seattle. And we'll post more information about that on the playlist, but it's a weekend full of activity and hoping to inspire you. This album, Be Here Now, absolutely inspirational.
Thank you so much.
You have one more song? We're live in the KEXP studios with the Mynabirds. Again, going to be playing at Barboza here in Seattle on Saturday, and so kind to stop by KEXP today before they head down to Portland. Going to be playing Mississippi Studios tonight.
Perfect.
The Mynabirds live on KEXP. That sounds wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Always great to see you. You've got to tune to KEXP Seattle.
Discover new music at kexp.org.